We're gonna go ahead and get started, y'all. Let's jump into this. I'm excited for this one. This one, yeah, we went into the kitchen and cooked a little bit for this one. So I'm excited to introduce you guys to hopefully some new concepts as well as just a new way of thinking about your business. And then if you're not muted, please make sure to mute yourself. There we go. And can everybody see my screen? Everybody can see it. Awesome. All right, I'm gonna put you guys over to the side. There we go. All right, guys. Welcome to another workshop by Growth Loop. If you haven't been with us before, we have been deep diving over the last month into a ton of different topics around growing and building your business and really getting as scientific and creative as possible with what that looks like. Because what we found is that a lot of business owners have really amazing ideas, but it's challenging for them to get off the ground the way that they're imagining simply because there are some opportunities that have been missed. And so our job is really to help you see those opportunities and take hold of those opportunities and take advantage of those opportunities that already exist in your business ecosystem and really leverage that to transform your business and take it to the next level. So again, make sure that you guys sign into the chat, share your name, make sure you're in a quiet place, make sure that you have something to take notes with. What we're going to do right now is actually share a document with you that's going to allow you to take notes, and then we're going to share it again at the section where we're going to jump into our activities. So we've got a note-taking document for you guys that we're going to share with you, and also please be prepared to participate. That's one thing we always stress in these interactive workshops. These are opportunities for us to talk, to chat. We're going to be asking you guys questions, and you're going to be putting stuff in the chat. So please be prepared to participate. Okay. So today we've got a pretty full agenda. We're going to be covering a lot of ground. It's going to be about 20 minutes of teaching, 20 minutes for our group activity, and then 20 minutes of Q&A. Okay. And we also want to make sure that you guys are aware that you should stay till the end because we've got something really exciting for you guys that we're going to talk to you about. There's going to be a feedback form that we're going to share in the chat right now. There's going to be a feedback form we're going to share in the chat right now. Make sure to either save that form or just make note of it because we're going to want to make sure that we get back to that. And the reason why is because at the end of the workshop, we're going to ask you guys to fill out the form and you're going to have a chance to access something mega. I'm talking mega for Black Friday, like thousands of dollars worth of stuff mega. And this is something we're only doing through our new partnership with Alignable. So make sure that you are staying till the very end to take advantage of that, okay? And so what are we going to be talking about today? What are we going to be jumping into today? I am so excited. Our objective today is threefold. First, we're going to learn about a new way to think about our offers and how to choose what we call the right business model for your offers. Second, we're going to learn about a new way to enhance our offers using a new framework called the value equation. And then third, we're going to reimagine new possibilities for an existing offer in our business. So if you were at our last workshop, then you learned a little bit about offers, and we're going to give you guys a recap of that. But before that, quite quickly, I just want to share that if you don't know me already, my name's Christian Smotherman. I'm the founder of Growth Loop. We're a marketing and custom development agency that helps small businesses grow by getting laser focused on the 20% of their business that's going to get them 80% of their desired outcomes. Our framework offers a new way of thinking about and developing businesses that make success an after effect of systems rather than luck. So if you are here today, that probably means that you're a solopreneur or a small business owner, and you're interested in taking your business to the next level. You probably understand that marketing is the vehicle to accelerating your growth, So you want to figure out how to do that and how to do that at the highest level so that you can attract and convert more and more customers. Put a one in the chat if you agree. I want to see how many people agree with that, or if I'm just blowing smoke and I'm talking to the wrong people. Are you here because you want to figure out how to do your marketing at a high level so you can attract and convert more and more customers, better customers, and more customers? Put a one in the chat. I want to see what we're working with. Ooh, I see a bunch of ones. Put a two in the chat if you got it all figured out. If you got it all figured out, then we need to talk. Okay, I see more ones. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Now I want everyone to put this in the chat. And this might be a little challenging of a question for some of you. What's your primary or signature offer that your business is promoting? Now, if you don't know what an offer is, or if you have an offer, I'm going to tell you, you do have one. If you don't know that you have one, it's probably not a good offer, and that's okay because we're going to fix that today. And if you do have an offer, I want to know what it is. What's your primary or signature offer? What is your primary or signature offer? So I'll give you some examples. Okay, this is the core or signature package that your business offers. Maybe you're an accountant who does accounting setup and monthly bookkeeping. Oh, I see a 6-month coaching container. Well, what is that marketing? What's that offer, Dana? Or maybe you're a brand designer, you have a package for redesigning a company's logo and website. Oh, I see another good one. Personalized guidance through the jungles and mazes of business and life. Ooh, Tom, I like that. Like really clarifying that business is a jungle. It's a crazy jungle too, ain't it? It's people swinging from vines and you don't know who you're dealing with. And you got fruit falling off the trees and dropping on somebody's head. They don't know what's going on. Ooh, I see comfort for your home, HVAC, electrical, and water treatment. That's an interesting framing of that, Grace. Blog plus newsletter subscription package for consistent brand communication. Yes, Karen. And Karen, she grinding working on her offer. Her offer is about to be crazy. Controller for hire services. Ooh. So a controller for hire. Excellent. So we've got all different types of offers in here. This is great. This is great. And I love how everyone's bringing something unique to the market to help others. This is excellent. I love to see this. Ooh, one more. I use astrology to help people understand the challenges and opportunities they face in life. That's powerful. That's powerful. I think there's a lot of opportunity there. Marketing consulting for small businesses, from branding, positioning, messaging, marketing plan, development, and execution. I love that, Jennifer. I love that. Okay, so today we're going to spend some time reworking these offers a little bit, reimagining them, thinking of ways to take them to the next level so that they can resonate even more with your target market and attract more buyers. Because with more buyers, we can generate more revenue. And with more revenue, what can we do? We can solve the cash flow crisis currently affecting American small business. And if you've been to any of our events, we're just going to stuff this stat page down your throats because it's so important for you to be aware of this. That 99% of US businesses are small businesses, right? So we're at the lifeblood of American enterprise, but there's a tremendous failure rate in small business, like 65 to 80% after 5 years. And a big number that sort of speaks to that failure rate is that 86% of small businesses generate less than $100,000 per year, which is insane, right? So that means only 13% of us are making more than $100,000 per year. And what we've identified is that 42% of these businesses are failing due to what? Lack of market demand to their solution. And honestly, I'd say it's even more than that, right? But this is what entrepreneurs think that the challenge is, right? But what we think it is, we think it's even higher than that, okay? And so what we found is that there's some sort of second order consequences to like lack of revenue, right? There's second order consequences to that. There's real reasons as to why, or that is a second order consequence. There are real reasons, there are causes for that, okay? And the challenge is that a lot of folks have offers that don't resonate with their marketplace. They've made assumptions about their market, about what their market wants and what their market needs. But whatever it is that they're offering isn't actually what your market is demanding, or it's not valuable enough for somebody to buy it. And so what ends up happening? We become shadows or ghosts in the marketplace that no one really sees. You're just playing peekaboo every now and then, popping up here and there. And maybe somebody reaches out to purchase something from you, right? But it's neither consistent nor is it predictable. And so we want to change the flow of that, right? We want to change that Because if we can understand that process, we can actually create an opportunity for ourselves where there's a steady flow of leads coming into our business, there's consistent cash flow, and we can actually thrive. And so this afternoon, what we're going to teach you is a new way of thinking about your business and crafting what we call your business's value offer or your offer 2.0, okay, which is the next iteration of your signature offer that you all shared in the chat. And so we're going to teach you some really cool frameworks that we hope are going to help you transform the way that you communicate value to your market. So real quick, just to recap, if you weren't here last week, what is an offer? An offer, quite simply, is a transformational vehicle that is measured not in terms of price, but in terms of value. And what I mean by that is your offer isn't a product or a service. It's how your products and your services are packaged and how those things are packaged together into something that is so valuable that people are willing to pay whatever the cost is to acquire it. And the reality is most of us aren't selling offers. We're selling products and services. But here's the thing. People aren't necessarily buying products and services. They're buying offers. They're buying opportunities for transformation. That's what really attracts people to spend money. And so we don't know what it's like to sell something that has people knocking down our door with fistfuls of money ready to pay for what we have to offer, right? We don't, most of us don't know what that's like. And so we want to create something that actually is a vehicle, a portal to that reality. And the way we do that is by reimagining our offers in terms of value instead of price. So when you can create more and better offers, your business will begin to grow faster than you can imagine, because you now have the possibility of bringing transformation to the marketplace. Okay. Not just some service, but transformation. And again, the problem is, right, we've got the wrong puzzle piece to the puzzle. We're selling the wrong thing. We're selling what we assume or think or hope or pray that our customers want, but it's not actually what they want. Right. And if you guys remember from last session, we talked about the reasons why people buy, right? They're buying more money. They're buying more time or less wasted time. They're buying joy. They're buying freedom or less pain. They're buying transformation. Okay. And the reality is most of our offers are not really robust enough. They're underdeveloped. But that's what people want to buy. They want offers. They don't want underdeveloped offers. They want good offers, what we call unbeatable offers. Okay. And these are offers that are going to help them do these things, right? Save more time, save more money, or make more money, right? Transform their situation. That's how we want to be thinking. Okay. So what's the first step, right? We talked about this last week. First step is to do customer research. So if you came to the last workshop, then you're a little bit ahead. But if you're new and you're just joining us, it's okay, because the framework we're going to teach you today, you can still use, and you can then go back and do some customer research to validate this. Okay. So you're actually going to set yourself up to do an even better job with customer research if you're here today. So I want to remind you guys, right? We don't want to do this. This is how most people do stuff. They start with their product or their service, and then they try to match it to a market. We don't want to do that. We want to do this. We want to start with our market, understand our customer, and then create the product or the service that's going to meet that need and that demand that our customers have told us that they have. Okay. And so what does that lead us to when we do that work and we kind of understand a little bit about what our customers need? Well, it allows us to think about how can we create something that they're immediately going to be interested in paying for. Okay. So before we actually get to creating a value offer or an offer 2.0, the first thing we need to get clear on is what's the business model that our offer is going to use. Based on our market, based on our understanding of our customers, what is the right business model for our offer? And maybe you haven't thought about this before, like that your offer has a business model behind it, right? And if you haven't, then this is going to be a game changer for you. So your business model, this is the configuration of how you deliver your service, how much of it you can deliver, and how many people you can deliver it to at the same time, okay? And so just to simplify this, make it even easier for you, let's put this into like, elementary school terms. It's just volume times price, right? Like that's just boiling it down to these two variables, volume and price. Okay. The amount of it, right? Or how many people you're selling it to, and how expensive it is, how valuable it is based on that price. Okay. And so I want you guys to know this, and this is so critical. If you take anything away from this workshop, even if you don't listen from here on out, pay attention to this. Pay attention to this. Every single offer on the face of the planet comes in one of four business models. Every single offer. Okay. And you need to identify where you're at right now if you're going to transform your business. The first one is low volume, low profit. Okay. The second one, low volume, high profit business model. Third business model, high volume, low profit. And the fourth business model, high volume, high profit. Okay. Put a one in the chat if actually low volume, low profit is one, low volume, high profit is two, high volume, low profit is three, and high volume, high profit is four. Which one of these business models do you think is the best? Put a number in the chat. It goes from top to bottom, top to bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one do you think is the best? Ooh, I see a 2. Low volume, high profit. Interesting. I want to know why you guys think, ooh, low volume, low profit. Interesting. Oh, I see somebody put 4, high volume, high profit. I see low volume, high profit, 3 or 4. Okay. Okay. This is this is cool. I like to see how you guys are thinking. Okay. So I'm not going to give it away yet. We're going to get to that. Okay. So first thing we need to do is identify which business model your current offer falls under. And the way we're going to do that is I'm going to break down to you what each of these business models really kind of look like. Okay. And you're going to know for yourself which one is the best one for you. So let's start with low volume, low profit, right? Clearly, this means that you're selling something inexpensive and you can't charge that much for it. So that means this is something that the market doesn't value. And so it's either A, you got a low value product or service that the market views as a commodity rather than a driver of transformation, or B, there's just absolutely no clarity around what it is that you have to offer. So nobody knows what it is. Nobody's willing to pay for it. No one understands the value. Okay. So you're not selling a lot of it and you're not selling it for a lot of money. It's hard to even think about what that looks like, but just imagine a business that's making no sales. And on top of that, even if they get a sales conversation, the customer is not interested in it. There's not a lot of value or transformation that it's creating. So now low volume, high profit. This one's interesting. So if you're low volume, high profit, you might be selling something like coaching or consulting packages. You can charge a lot, but you can't really scale past a certain point. So maybe you've got like 10 clients or customers at a time, but you'll be able to scale with more labor inputs. Okay. So it might be that it takes a long time to fulfill the offer. You can only work with so many people at a time. You're constrained by how much it takes to deliver the service or how much labor you can allocate to a client, right? This is not a bad business model. It's actually probably one of the top 3, top 2, right? This is a good one. So if you're a consulting business or you provide high ticket services, boom, this is probably what your offer model looks like. But you got to ask yourself, am I doing it the right way? Because some of you have high value services, but you're like not charging enough for them, right? A big part of what we do, like ask some of our clients, like Karen here, one of the most important things we do is get clarity on the offer so what you can raise your prices. Okay. So now high volume, low profit. This is an interesting one. Maybe you're selling something inexpensive at scale, like a book, or maybe you're a retail business and you're selling a low cost product, right? This is an idea of what a high volume, low profit business looks like. And those businesses can be extremely successful if you have a really good brand or really great marketing, specifically paid marketing, which is the hardest marketing to do, actually. Don't fall for what people tell you. Ads are very hard, and most of the time people do them at the wrong time, at the wrong stage of their business development. That's just an aside. And then the last one, high volume, high profit. Okay. Now, if you put a 4 in the chat as to which one's the best, trust me, this one's the best, right? If you're high volume, high profit, it means you're tapped into the holy grail of business models. It means you're selling something that's valued at an extremely high price, and you can sell a lot of it, right? So it probably means that you're able to help your customer achieve their outcome more quickly than your competitors. Probably means you have a really tight delivery system. You figured something out where you can sell something expensive and extremely transformational at scale, okay? So here's what I want you guys to do. So take a look at the chat if you haven't already seen the document that we want you guys to use today to take notes. So go ahead and let's get that document over to everybody. It's going to be a Google Doc. And when you click on the Google Doc, what you're going to want to do is make a copy. Okay, you're going to want to make a copy of this document. So I'm going to stick it in here for you guys. Give me 1 second. Let me know if everybody gets it. Do you guys see it? Should be a Google Doc. So click on that document, and what you're going to want to do is make a copy. You're going to go to File, Make a Copy. And then you're going to create your own copy. Don't request edit access, because then you'll be requesting to edit the original document, okay? So here's what I want you guys to do. So right now, I want you to think about your current business model for your offer, for your signature offer. Which category does it fall into? Is it low volume, low profit, low volume, high profit, or high volume, low profit, or high volume, high profit? Which one? I want you guys to reflect for 30 seconds. And then when you have it in your head what it is, I want you to share in the chat. And don't be embarrassed or afraid. Everybody has a different business. Everyone has a different business model. We just want to know where you guys are at. And we want you to know where you're at so that we can think really strategically about where we want to go. So go ahead and share what your business model is in the chat when you've got it. You got 30 seconds. The only model that we don't want is the low volume, low profit. That's not viable. Every other business model is viable with specific inputs. But low volume, low profit, get rid of that one. There we go. So I see Tom is a low volume, high profit, likely consulting, right? Let's see what else we got. Yep, I see a lot of low volume, high profit. Ooh, Essence of Luxury Transportation, high volume, high profit. Got something special over there, Steven. There we go. Yep, I see a high volume, high profit. Yep. Low volume, high profit, high volume, low profit. Good. High volume, low profit. I like that. So that means that you're selling a product or a book or something. Low volume, high profit. Excellent. So I see you guys all have different types of business models, right? We got a lot of cool stuff going on here. But the point of this, and this is what I want you guys to see and start to open your eyes to, is the possibilities that already exist with your businesses. So if you're stuck in either of the low profit categories and you're not making enough revenue, you can begin to rethink your offer as a high profit opportunity. And if you do have a high volume, low profit business model, you want to think about like where can you achieve scale with that product, right? So let's think about this. Even for the folks, I think I did see somebody who was a high volume, low profit business. You might want to consider leveraging that product as a paid lead magnet that upsells into a high profit offer, right? So do you see how there's an opportunity for each of these different business models that you can already start to build off? Are you guys getting what I'm spitting? You guys getting it? Is this making sense? Okay. So now, if you're not happy with your current business model, I want each of you to think about which model you want your signature offer to leverage. And then I want you to share where you want to go with your business. So put in the chat where you want to take the business. So if there's a shift that you want to take, put that in the chat. If you're happy with where you're at and you just want to figure out how to maximize it, put that in the chat. I want to see where everybody is. Yes, Diane. Ooh, Diane. Low profit. So low volume, low profit. But we want to figure out, Diane, actually how we can either increase the volume or the profit in one of those. We don't want low volume and low profit. We're going to figure one of those out. So we want to go to, so someone else, low volume, wants to go to high profit. Yep. Ooh, Stephen wants to go beyond transportation. Grace wants to do high profit, high volume, high profit. Oop, I see somebody stuck at LVLP and wants to get to, yep, one of the HPs, one of the high profit. Yep. Yeah, we gonna get y'all there. We gonna help you think this through. Yep, definitely. Ooh, I love seeing it. Okay. All right, guys. So just off bat, right? You can see there's a lot of power to reimagining just the business model behind the offers, right? Selling something for more money and at high volumes obviously nets us the most revenue. So keep that in the back of your mind, right? If you can create something in one of these categories, you're going to be golden. You're going to have a golden opportunity, right? And then even at low volumes, you can still make, don't forget this, even at low volumes, you can still make tens of thousands of dollars per month, depending on your capacity, okay? And eventually scale. So now that we've got all this stuff out and we got this context set, right? We've got our business models in our mind. We're going to use something called the value equation. And we're going to use the value equation to rethink our signature offer and position our offer as something so valuable that we can confidently hashtag raise our prices while attracting more customers. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to hashtag raise your prices and attract more customers at the same time. Put a 1 in the chat. Because yeah, who doesn't want to do that? And Grace, we're going to have to, whoever is the leadership in your organization, we're going to have to tell them it's time to raise the price, right? Put a 1 in the chat. Okay. So maybe you guys have heard of this dude before. His name is Alex Hormozi. If you haven't heard of him, he is a genius when it comes to business, a really, really smart guy. And he has a venture capital firm where he invests and takes ownership over businesses and scales them and does all kinds of stuff, right? I think he's going towards being a billionaire at this point. And he's put together a fantastic graphic that we're going to take a look at and understand the value equation. And then we're going to use the value equation to reevaluate and reinterpret our offers. I think we got somebody who's got to get muted. So remember how we learned in some of our last workshops, and even touched on this a little bit today, that products and services are commodities and measured in price, while offers are measured in value. The reason this matters is because when you're evaluated on price, your customers are going to start looking for what? They're going to start looking for the best deal. They're not looking at you as it's okay if you weren't muted, don't worry about it. They're not looking at you as this is the person I need to hire right now to get the transformation. They're looking for the best deal. Whereas when you're evaluated based on value, the value of the transformation that your customer perceives that you can provide and will achieve, you can charge as much as your market is able and willing to pay for the transformation, and they're going to pay for it. Right? We want to be ethical, but it's beneficial for everybody. If you're able to bring something of value to the table that they're going to invest in, and for them to invest in something valuable that's going to get them a transformation, it's better for everybody. So our job today is figure out how to leverage this value equation for ourselves so that we can create high profit, $1 million business models. So let's dive into the value equation for offer creation. And it's 4 variables, okay? Dream outcome, perceived likelihood of achievement, time delay, and effort and sacrifice. Our goal is to maximize our offer's value using this equation so that we can do what? We can maximize the dream outcome, maximize the perceived likelihood of success, minimize the time to success while minimizing effort and sacrifice. So these are actually Alex's drawings. He's clearly no artist. I just got to make that clear that I didn't draw these stick figures. Okay. I come up with something a little more flashy than that. But his point stands, right? Like he's clearly knows what he's talking about. And this is what we want to use for our business. Okay. I know, right? His stick figures are better than most of ours, so we got to give him some props, right? So let's think about each of these variables real quick. Dream outcome, perceived likelihood of achievement, time delay, effort, and sacrifice. Let's think about this and look at the equation, right? Dream outcome times perceived likelihood of achievement divided by time delay and effort and sacrifice. Okay, there's a reason why things are structured that way. That means we want more of the things on the bottom and less of the things, more of the things on the top, excuse me, and less of the things on the bottom. Okay. So let's look at our first variable, dream outcome, which is really all about solving a problem worth solving, right? The first variable, outcome, more specifically, dream outcome. Think about this. High profit offers are offers that make a promise of transformation. And in order for that offer to be worth a high value, a high price, that transformation has to be as big as possible. And it must be as aligned as possible with the actual desires of the customer. So what's the dream outcome that your offer promises, and can you actually deliver it? And not only that, is it an outcome that your market is actually hungry for? That's the question. So here's some ideas to think about this. Here's a way to frame this, right? Your niche times your offer is your transformation, right? So who are you serving? And then what is it that you're offering to them to create this big shift, right? And the way we want to think about it is our result or our transformation must be one that takes them not from point A to point B, which is what most businesses do, but from point A to point Z. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is that most businesses aren't offering a big enough transformation to their niche, right? It's just not big enough. They're promising incremental change, not radical change. The size of the gap between the current and the desired state, if you guys remember that graphic, it's not big enough. And so what we want to do is increase that gap of transformation from point A to point Z in such a way that the dream outcome is increased. So here's what I want you guys to think about. What is the biggest transformation that you could make with your offer? What tweaks could be made to make that gap between the current state and desired state even bigger, right? What could it be? Maybe it's, hey, people like for us, right? People don't have clarity over their offer. So we can help them figure that out and get clarity on that. But is that enough? Maybe another transformation is let's put together the marketing strategy and create all the marketing assets that are going to convert customers and give our clients a game plan for how to do that. That's an A to Z transformation rather than an A to B transformation. So what's your A to Z transformation based on what you're already doing? Let's take 30 seconds and share it. And if you already got some ideas, put it in the chat. And make sure to use your homework sheet. Track your work. So I see Julietta's got offering more certification programs for job compliance. So there's more certifications that you can possibly offer. And then maybe there's a way you can offer those certifications to get them even further ahead in their, wherever it is that they're trying to achieve, right, Julietta?
It's pronounced Julita, yes.
Julita.
So I do offer multiple, that's okay. I do offer multiple programs, IB certification. I'm pretty much a proctoring testing exam center, along with CPR, first aid training. I'm also a training center faculty, so I can make more instructors through CPR as well as ACLS. So I also am a nursing aid instructor, that I have a lot of programs that aren't currently running, because I really lack a good brick and mortar to be able to provide all of these programs. Even my ID certification, I use another location for that. So it is increasing. But I think I could offer more, like the certifications for people, and to actually become pretty much a post-secondary school, and offer more education at more affordable prices
Ooh, I love
for career goals.
I love that. So there probably is going to be a way for you to leverage the affordability and volume,
Yes,
figuring out how can I service more people and still be able to provide like a lot of value up front without it being too expensive. And then I see some other folks in here.
exactly.
Thank you for sharing, Jalita. We've got
You're welcome.
Ellie in here. Not sure I deal in graphic design and print services. Well, Ellie, one thing to think about, this is just an idea. What if you become a print design consultant, where part of one of your packages is consulting with the company on the scope of what it is they need to print in order to make sure that their brand is situated? Maybe they're a company that goes to conventions and they need to think through printing for a booth, right? Banners and like something really cool to attract people's attention. But you could actually consult with them, charge a premium on the consulting, because even position as, hey, you're going to save more money down the line by not printing things you don't need and getting support on printing the things you do need that are going to get more customers, right? So think about what that gap could be between what they lack in graphic design and print and what they could have to transform their business, right? And then I see, yep, strategies, right? Yes, that reliably attract their ideal clients. So really, Karen's thinking like, how can we get deeper into strategic work and become a partner, right? I see Larissa, more business development. Yeah, maybe that's what it is, Larissa. There's more support that you're offering. But then what I want you to think about is that end result, Larissa. What's that end result? How can you make that even better, even sweeter for your customer? And then I see Suzanne. You're in a very niche market with medical billing, very niche. Yep. So yeah, there's probably something you can do on the consultative side, like building something else in to address a problem. Maybe there's some technical or implementation challenges that businesses have. Maybe there's better onboarding, smoother onboarding that you could offer, or a portal, right? So there's a lot that we can do here. But I'm sure all of you guys are thinking, like, what could that be? So now for the next thing, perceived likelihood of achievement, which is really proven results and social proof. There are so many businesses that we work with that don't have any social proof. They don't have proven results, even though they got results, right? So let me ask you guys a question. Have you ever had someone promise you something before and it sounded too good to be true? Put a 1 in the chat. If you haven't, then I guess you just met some really stand-up people your whole life. I know I have. Now, I want you to imagine something. Imagine somebody comes up to you and says, give me $20,000. And then you ask them why. And then they say, because I'm going to flip it into $1 million. Like, okay. Now, I don't know about you, but starting out with 20K and ended up with $1 million sounds like a dream outcome to me. That's an A to Z transformation, right? But let me ask you guys this. Would you just believe some random dude who promises to increase your wealth by 5,000% without any proof? Like, how do I even know that this person can deliver on such a huge promise, right? So, of course, I'm skeptical. I'm like, dude, how are you going to make me a millionaire with $20,000, right? In order for me to actually consider making an investment in his business or whatever it is, one, I need to know what it is, but two, I need to trust that the outcome is possible. I need to believe that this individual's ability to deliver the promise is real. So I might want to know, like, what results and reviews do you have? What can you show me to prove that you can achieve this? What process can you show me that can confirm that you know how to achieve it, right? Like, what proof can you show me that you're an expert or an authority in your field with a track record? Like, all of these questions, these same questions I just had for this dude who promised me $1 million, your customers have those same questions about you. And those questions are being triggered in their subconscious and conscious minds as they're considering your offer. And these considerations are happening at split-second speeds, right? If anything seems off, it's going to throw off your customer. And so it's important, it's critical that we understand how to ensure that our customers perceive that we're trustworthy, that we can actually make do on our promises. So the question that I have for you is, what can you do as a business owner right now to make sure that your customers perceive the likelihood of achieving the outcomes increases by working with you? Why are you the person or company for the job that your customers are hiring you to perform, right? The more you can increase this perception, the bigger the numerator of your value equation, which is what we want, right? So what are some things we could do? We could do demos. We could get reviews if you're on Alignable, recommendations, do workshops. There's so many things you can do. But I want you guys to put in the chat, what are you going to do after this event to increase the perceived likelihood of achievement, the perception? What are you going to do? Put that in the chat. Let's see what you guys come up with. Demos. Somebody doesn't know. Well, it's now you've got some ideas, right? Maybe you need more reviews. Maybe there's video testimonials, right? Case studies. Yep. Yep. AI. I don't know how you'll use AI, but I'm sure there's a way to do it. I'm sure there's a way to do it. Share client client testimonials, referrals. That is a really ninja idea, Grace. Oh, Tom, you got your hand up? Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a point here. I think there's two versions of perceived likelihood of achievement. There's the prospect's perceived likelihood and your own perceived likelihood. Are you convinced yourself that you can keep the promise that you made?
Tom. See, I knew when Tom came into the lobby, I was like, Tom's lit. I just knew it. I just knew it. But Tom is completely right. And this is why we're doing this work, because you have to have the same level of confidence that you want your customers to have, right? So that's why we're doing this work, so that we know our value, right? We're confident in our ability to deliver that value. Tom is spot on the money, okay? So I want you guys to continue to think about that, okay? Continue to think about that, how you're going to increase that perception. So now let's ask ourselves this next question. If our customers have the option to achieve their goals at the fastest possible speed or the slowest possible speed, which ones would your client select? Unless it's like a massage or something like that, where there's enjoyment attached to it, they're typically going to want to get the solution at the fastest possible speed, okay? Now, Steven, slow and safe. So in your business, it's really about sort of balance, right? But at the same time, you still got to make sure that the product gets to the destination with transportation. So there's still some time delay there, right? But then but I love this. I love how you're expanding our thinking with this, because for some people, it is important to make sure that they don't feel like you're going too fast, right? Stephen, excellent. Excellent. Yes. So if our customers could get $1 million, let's ask this question another way. If you could get $1 million in 6 months versus 5 years, which one would you choose? I think I'd choose in 6 months. Oh, but I see Stephen said 5 years. But let's say it's guaranteed. It's guaranteed. Most of us are choosing 6 months. I'm sure the smarter, I'm not as smart as the people who chose 5 years. I'm not as smart, because I want my $1 million in 6 months, not 5 years, right? But this is hyperbolic, certainly. But ultimately, this is important for sales most of the time, right? That you are going to want to find a way to either A, get your client the success as fast as possible, but still safe. So we're going to find some middle ground integration here, right? It's still safe, right? But it's still fast, right? As fast as safely possible. And so that's something you want to think about. Like, what is the time relationship between your solution and the delivery? Okay. So what could you do to speed up delivery without sacrificing quality? And that's going to be for 90% of us. For the 10% of us that actually our clients respect more time, how are you going to balance that? Think about that. Think about your relationship to time, right? But for most of us, maybe we need to break our offer up into smaller parts and sell our transformation in stages, or maybe we need to focus on a more specific high impact problem that's affecting our clients, and then systematize a step-by-step process that we can scale. So think about that for your business. Ooh, understanding how to change the wheel. Yeah. Of transportation. Yeah. So I want you guys to think about that for your business. What can you do to improve the time relationship between offer and delivery for your business? I want to hear what you guys think. See a couple in here. This is a hard one. Most of you are going to want to speed up time. Ooh, hire a project manager. Delegation. Tighten up communication between all departments. Systems, communication infrastructure. Create templates that customers can start with. Beautiful. And those are lead magnets too. Break it down. Yeah, I'm telling you, the idea of breaking down your services is underrated, because you can break them down into smaller components, faster time to value for your customer, faster time to money for you, and then upsell them into the next phase. Okay. So really good ethical business model. So now let's go to effort and sacrifice, the last variable. We want to make the process easier and more convenient for our customers, period, point blank, right? This, in my opinion, is one of the most important factors. Customers are driven by a desire to make their lives easier, not harder. It's in human nature. So it's our job to figure out how we can reduce that stress. Like, think about it. There's a reason why there are only 400 NBA players at a given time in the entire world. Like 0.001% of college basketball players will ever make it to the NBA, and then most don't last longer than a year. Why? Because it requires a ridiculous amount of effort and sacrifice that most of us are not willing to invest to get that outcome. And but the reality is, right, our customers, they don't want to do all that, right? What we want to do is make them feel as if working with us is the easiest and most rewarding part of their day, and that achieving their goals are much less difficult as a result of working with us. So think about how you can create that for your customers, and how can you communicate that to your customers. Maybe it's like how you implement the service and manage that, right? Maybe it's how you communicate with your customers. So for us, like, we have a high touch concierge style of onboarding and setup, right? Like, we guide our customer through implementation. We provide lots of services, wraparound support, right? Maybe you have an account manager. Maybe that's what you do. Or maybe you have a client portal, right? So that they can see like where they're at in the process. So I want you guys to think about that. Like, what is the mechanism that you can use to reduce effort and sacrifice and the perception of effort and sacrifice? Like, what can make this whole thing easier for your customers? Well, I like that. Clients like that they can, yep, so this is for time. Yeah, don't make promises you can't keep. That's your brand, right? That is your brand. If you can't keep the promise, just like Tom said, don't make it. And so when you're thinking about this, also when you're thinking about value, that's why we always want to think about what's the dream outcome even that we can actually deliver on. How can we actually deliver on each of these variables? Donald, offer live one-on-one meetings or recordings that they can watch, listen to at their own time. And then short follow-up sessions for questions. Effort and sacrifice. What other things could you guys do? Think about this. Think about this. It's a hard question. Yep. Booking online at their convenience. Yep. Excellent. So now we're going to bring everything together, y'all. We're going to bring it all together. Okay. If you've been here before, you know we like to bring it all together. We don't like to just give you stuff and then send you on your way. Okay? Let's bring it all together. Right? What is your value statement? And I want you guys to think about this for yourselves. Here's a template for your value statement. I'm going to give you an example. So here's one way to frame it. Over the last X amount of years, the offer has helped over X number of people in niche avatar with the dream outcome in record time, right? Achieve that dream outcome in record time and with less primary obstacle, effort, sacrifice using mechanism or process. Seems a little complicated, but it's not. Here's what it would look like. Here's mine. Over the last 3 years, Growth Loop Accelerator has helped over 60 small business owners and solopreneurs unlock sustainable growth in their business in record time and with less confusion using our streamlined business development system process. I want you guys, that's what your homework is going to be, okay? That's what your homework is going to be. And so before we go to the homework, I want you guys to think about this. What I want you guys to do is complete that homework, and we're going to send, if you fill out the form and participate in the Black Friday, we'll make sure we send you that slide, and we're going to send all this homework, okay? So once you do your value statement, and there should be an example even on your worksheet, right? Ask 3 colleagues, clients, or prospects for a meeting. Let them know you're developing a cutting-edge service or product and would like their feedback. Share your value statement with them and record their feedback. So do this for homework and then reach out to some people. The survey link is right here. Now, real quick before we hop off, and we'll stay on a little bit longer for Q&A, but I want to tell you guys why we're doing this Black Friday stuff, okay? So as you guys know, like we shared earlier, growing a business is hard, super hard, right? We saw the statistics behind that. We've been talking about this for weeks. And so the challenge with that is that it ain't getting any easier. Lots of softwares and tools, lots of coaching programs that aren't good, agencies that are charging way too much money, right? We've been trying to help some people with that recently, just like there's so much crazy stuff that's going on. And also too, guys, there's a customer discovery template that we have that we're going to send to you guys too from last week, okay? So you can do that work too. But yeah, consulting companies and agencies are costing tens of thousands of dollars. It's ridiculous, right? And marketing is more competitive and complex than ever. Like, where do you start? We built Growth Loop to make this process easier for you guys, okay? And this is the first time we're talking about this on one of our workshops. Usually we're not going into any of this stuff, but we want to show you guys this because we're going into Black Friday. We got something mega that we're going to offer to you guys, right? And like we said, we help you guys focus on the 20%. And yeah, we'll get you contact. We'll get your contact information, Jalita. Also fill out that form and we'll reach out to you. Okay. So the biggest problem you guys have is achieving predictable growth, right? And why? There are 4 things we need to do to fix that. We need to position the business and the offer. We need to get clarity on the brand messaging. We need to build a funnel. And then we need to get really tight on our marketing. Those are things we need to do. So when it comes to each of these things, right? Like we help you with that. Get super clear on the business to attract and retain customers, command higher prices, and stand out. You've got a whole brand identity process that helps you get clear on your message so you can instill trust, evoke emotion, and highlight your unique value proposition. Then we help you build a multi-stage selling system that guides potential customers from initial awareness of the brand through engagement and decision-making to the final purchase and post-purchase, right? And then we help you create, communicate, and deliver value through your marketing. So here's actually one of our clients who just joined the program. And this is what we're offering to you guys for Black Friday. It's called OfferX, where we take you through the first stage of building a high-performing business by getting clear on the offer and then translating that into your positioning, your brand, and then ultimately your sales page. We're going to help you create that. Our company works with you and we build that. And here's what some of them look like who went through this process. This is Shervon, a therapist who's repositioned and restructured her business to be a group practice that's competing with products and programs like BetterHelp. We just had a conversation with her today where she just got a client today worth between $2,500 and $3,250. We've got Tori, who's a fitness coach. She's got a platform called Live Lead Fit. We're transforming his business model from $500 a month services to $6,000 packages. We've got James and his wife, Marte, and their financial services firm, and there's a nonprofit that we helped them launch. They made $20,000 on their launch day on one of their businesses, and they're close to bringing in 4 to 5 figures on their other business. Asada, got Angela Whitaker Payton, a lawyer that we're working with. And so ultimately, this program is the vehicle to what it is that we just talked about today. And so that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. So OfferX, it's 8 weeks. You work with us. We get supreme clarity on that offer, on that positioning, that brand messaging and identity, your sales page, and then you get that final deliverable, that beautifully mechanized page for sales, and we'll even help you with your launch. And so I'm interested in what you guys think, like how much you guys think that costs. Like, would you say that that's worth $10,000? Or is that crazy? Am I blowing smoke? Is that crazy to charge $10,000 for that? Because we've charged $10,000 for that in the past. That's how much we used to charge for that. But it's not $10,000. There's a reason for that. Like we have done a lot of work to reimagine our business model. I'm going to tell you, Julia, pretty shortly. It's not $10,000. What about $5,000 for that? That's a deal. It's not $5,000. We've really tweaked and worked on this so that we can deliver this to you guys at a price point that's ridiculous. Truly, because we want to pretty much honestly kill the business of people who are charging you $10,000, $20,000, $15,000 up front. We want to kill that. So you can actually start getting clients and making sales at a sustainable rate and through a sustainable, scalable process. So it's $3,000 to work with us to get all of that support, 2-on-1 support with me and another growth executive in our business named Brian Otoya. But here's the thing, for Black Friday, it ain't even $3,000 for Black Friday. It ain't even $3,000 for Black Friday, y'all. It ain't even $3,000. For Black Friday, it's going to be 3 payments of $750. It's going to be 3 payments of $750 for Black Friday. So we're giving $750, putting that back into your pocket in addition to all of those other discounts. 25%. We take you from offer clarity to funnel development with a launch plan to launch this new repositioned offer. We've already got 5 new people that have just gotten into this program. It's running. We're offering this to 5 more people. That's what we have capacity for, 5 more people, okay? So if you want to take advantage of that, make sure you fill out the form, indicate, yep, you're going to exactly discount of $750 off the $3,000. So it's $2,250 total, okay? 3 payments of $750, that's it, okay? So make sure you fill it out. If you're interested in it, boom. Okay. All right. Bye, David. Bye, David. So if you guys have any questions, I'm going to open it up. So Shandi, please make sure you fill out the form and we'll reach out. There are 5 spots open, so get that in and we'll reach out. Okay. Survey link is right there. So any questions, Q&A before we wrap up about the value equation, about OfferX, about anything that we talked about today? Wide open for you guys. Feel free to talk. Don't be shy.
Can you hear me? Is this open discussion?
Yeah, this is open Q&A.
Or do we have to?
Open Q&A.
Oh, open Q&A.
Yeah.
Okay, you said don't be shy. Don't be shy. Okay. So anyway, you had said with the create your own value, would that be your value statement? Would that be close to like your elevator pitch?
It's a little bit different. It is a part of
Okay,
your elevator.
when you do that too, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry about that.
No, no worries. I think I heard your question though, Julita. Is your value statement similar to an elevator pitch? In a way, it is. It's something that you could easily use as an elevator pitch, but it's not quite your elevator pitch. It's actually the setup to the lob of a slam dunk offer, right? Because what we're going to do is
So is it also like credentialing, you know, or not even credentialing, but more so like your I'm sorry, I got 20 things going on in my head right now. Plus I'm trying to focus on this. Your capability statement, would that be similar to that?
It would be similar, but it's
because here when you sat down and did yours, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Oh, try
because when you gave your example, hello?
Hey, I think we
Are you
lost.
still there?
Yeah. I think we lost you for a second. Hey, Julita, what I think, maybe could you type your question in the chat? Because then I think we'll be able to.
Takes too long.
Huh? Take too long. So I'm gonna answer your question. I'm gonna answer your question and then because I think I get your question. So is this similar to a capability statement? Is it similar to an elevator pitch? It's not exactly the same as those, but you could use it for that. Right? This is really an opportunity for you to get super clear on your value as a business owner and operator. So this is really an opportunity for you to think about, okay, how can I reimagine what I'm currently doing with my business and bump that offer up? Because what we're ultimately going to work on with you, if you end up working with us, is how to turn that into what we call an unbeatable offer structure. And an unbeatable offer structure is actually the genesis of your sales script, the genesis of your sales page, the genesis of all your sales copy, and the core of your sales process, marketing and sales process. So this is the setup for that. But if you want to use it as your elevator pitch, 100% is going to sell, right? It's going to sell people on your business.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because also, this is my first time. So I'm with you. So anyway, you made the statement of, well, high volume, high profit. I put in high volume, high profit. All right. Now, also, you pretty much discuss, you know, changing prices. So primarily, I do CPR first aid. The name of my company is Essential Life Skills, CPR and Healthcare Training Services. And we're located right now, 3675 Market Street. So here, my primary value customers are healthcare providers. Okay, I'm in the Penn College area, college students, especially those coming out. So because of that, growth grew just because all these people out of towners, and I was in that facility, you know, and daycare workers. So I'm getting a lot of contracts for nonprofit organizations, for CPR, first aid, stop the bleed training. So I'm doing that, and that's going quite well. I'm even bringing on other courses to make more CPR people and helping them to grow their business if that's what they want to do, or to add to their current business. The thing is, although American Red Cross, American Heart Association, everybody may go up in their prices for the cards, it's quite impossible to go up even further because here, I'm not as large as some companies. So they may be actual teaching centers where they may get their cards for $2, sell it to us as instructors at $5. I mean, at $10. AHA done went up, so we cannot really profit that much off of the cards because their cards is a standard price. So I can't charge
You can't charge. There's
like
a,
$90, over
Right.
$90,
right.
okay, to make a profit, like that. So here sometimes for groups, I will offer like a $5 discount.
Right.
I'll put in, if you even if you bring somebody on, okay, well, if you refer somebody, I'll discount you about 5%.
Yeah.
Okay, for some of the things to get them in a group package, as you were saying.
Right.
Plus
Here's what
I
think
make sure
you
I
have-
keep an inventory of stock.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Here's what, no, it's okay. It's okay. I just have a thought because what I'm imagining, one, I think there's some challenge, right, in terms of like price cap. And then of course there's some like market dynamics with your competitors that are bigger competitors, right? And so there's some price engineering on their end that's really challenging. What I think, I want you to book a time with us and we'll follow up with you because I think you have a unique challenge. And we typically don't do this, right? Where we book these like just open one-on-ones with folks. But I'm gonna have my team reach out to you, and then we're gonna set up a one-on-one time with you to actually like delve into this because I think this is gonna actually take us a good like 30 minutes to chat about. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Perfect.
So should I don't have no problem putting my information in the chat
yeah, go ahead.
because I can't open up the link.
Yeah, put it
Okay.
for me, and then I'll
So-
make sure that we follow up with you. And then I want to also make sure that anybody else who has a question has an opportunity to ask it in the next like couple minutes. So any other questions?
Okay, I'm not gonna say essential life
Shandi,
skill.
go ahead.
Hi, great presentation, Christian. I'm Chandni. I run a pharmacy and I'm actually trying to launch an e-commerce platform. So I have a developer that would be helping me with that. But before I go into that, I've been trying to figure out in terms of marketing firms, how to integrate that or if the marketing firm does it.
Yeah.
So my first question is, do you guys help create and launch the e-commerce platform if we're using WordPress?
So that is a great question. We do have the ability to do that. So all of our business is built out, and you already see Growth Loop is saying yes, right? We use WordPress. So we build on WordPress. We do have the capability to do that. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And then in terms of so essentially it's a little bit more complicated. We'll get into that. I've already filled out the form, but generating more of a either a chatbot or a questionnaire type of thing, but then also marketing it in a unique way, because currently what I have planned, people aren't doing it that way. And so I just wanted to also see what your experience is to in the healthcare side of things.
Yeah. That is a great question. So tell me a little bit more about what exactly you're selling and to whom.
Yeah, so essentially problem one is people don't know where to buy vitamins, supplements, and CBD products that have been vetted and verified. A lot of consumers don't know that it is not regulated by the FDA. So what you're getting on the bottle is not necessarily what's in there. And so we as consumers have to do our due diligence before purchasing it. But who has time for that? So essentially what I do is I vet and verify products, make sure that they meet the requirements. And then I also help dose. So for CBD products, there are certain dosing thresholds. So instead of going to your local gas station or shop, you at least get a verified clinician that is using current research data to help with whatever areas of concern you have, to help dose adjust not only the CBD, vitamins, and supplements, and then just kind of individualize that care. So I call it more integrative medicine. Yep. Because we're trying to help patients manage imbalance or maybe even come off of certain modern medications as well.
This is, yeah, you give me goosebumps listening to you. Yeah, definitely we need to have a conversation. So we've worked in the health space before, both with practices, agencies, therapists. I think what's unique about what you're doing is it sounds like it's a blend, like a sort of productized service, if you will,
Mhm.
where
Yeah.
you're actually cutting out a lot of the challenge on the vetting side of the product, but then you're
Mhm.
also offering them some kind of almost semi-concierge style like support in getting those products, and then they're able to buy those products, it sounds like, from your platform at a solid price point. That's going to
It
be
is.
beneficial for you and for them. Does that sound like
Yes.
what it
Yeah,
is?
it is a concierge. We market ourselves to the local
Yeah.
providers as a concierge type therapy. Right
Yep.
now, we do keep our consult services for free.
Yep.
One of two reasons, and I know your original question was like the low profit. It is low profit because we only make money if we, sell it, but we don't try to upsell. We really try to individualize the therapy.
Yep.
And then I'm trying to keep those services for free because usually we want the patients to follow up.
Yep.
And that's usually when we start seeing a lot more of the benefits. And so that's why I try and keep the consultations for free.
Yep.
I know business point, it doesn't make sense, but we're
That's
trying to
not
figure out
necessarily
how to,
the case. Yeah, it's not
yeah,
necessarily that it doesn't make sense. I think what we would want to do is just spend some time, like just price modeling the entire business and getting
yeah,
super clear on the customer journey. Like that's really
yeah,
what I think is important here. Like where
yeah,
who is the buyer, right? And then where
hmm,
they're coming from, and then how do we make sure that we create a controlled environment where we can take them
yeah,
from an
hmm,
awareness point to conversion. And so whether that's like a free console is embedded in all of that and it makes sense for the ecosystem of the business or
hmm,
not, I think that would come out of us really doing some strategic thinking around where you're trying to take the business.
okay,
But in terms of what you have, it makes total sense to me. We certainly would be able to help you put together the infrastructure for that, on the marketing side and even on the design side.
okay,
So let's make
okay.
sure that we get you scheduled. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good. Thanks, Christian. This was
Awesome job.
very helpful.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you. And
Right.
then, yeah, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I just had to clear my throat. Yeah, I think I just got an email from you guys late last night, early this morning.
Yeah.
So just like, I think I won your little drawing.
Okay, so you got the drawing. Oh, awesome,
Yeah,
awesome.
I
Yeah.
won the drawing. I'm finishing up a course that I'm taking right now, and I want to get that done. Then I know there's some changes. I was talking with someone, and they looked at my website and they said, "You need to make these changes." I want to work and implement those changes in before I get my information for you guys to do your evaluation.
Absolutely, absolutely. Do you know how long that'll take?
I can have that done next week. That's my planner sheet is to have everything done next week, so I
Yeah.
can submit it to you.
Perfect. So what I want you to do is just ping us when that's done, and then we'll get you scheduled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll be honest. I really like these worksheets.
Oh,
I
thanks.
have 21 years teaching background. The number of
Yeah.
times I've gone to workshops where the person's talking, and then yeah, they had great information, but the notebook and people trying to make sense of it, that
It's crazy.
it is crazy. And then people have great information,
Yeah.
but these worksheets that you come up with and the step-by-step process, man, you're nailing it.
Well, thank you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate it. This is all for you guys. It's all for you guys.
Yeah, I'm really interested in your 8-week program. I just got to check finances and stuff. But if I can do that over a 3-month period, I'm really, because I've had actually, and I got to put this on my website. He's a life coach that uses astrology.
Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah.
I mean, to me, when I hear that, it's like, okay, that's something to use.
Yeah.
Because that's, it helps people, my goal is help people understand why they're here and then what lessons they're facing.
And then where to go from there. I love it.
And then these are the choices available to you. You know you're on the right path when you're feeling this. If you're feeling this or experiencing this, you're on the wrong path. You can make a change. A lot of people think astrology is, you have no free will, where the branch of astrology that I study says you have freedom of choice. And that's a message that I've got to figure out. How do I integrate? You have freedom of choice. Life is presenting you opportunities. This is the opportunity. This is how you know you're on the right path. This is how you know you're on the wrong path.
Love that. Yeah.
So
many people who are going to resonate with that. So I'm excited, man. Yeah. Just ping us whenever you get done. We'll take a look. And yeah, also too, like, let us know if you're interested in the program. Like, I know we have 5 slots open, but just get to us when you can. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I gotta run. I gotta take care of some things, man. But I'm gonna tell you your workshops, and it's free, but these things
Yeah.
are amazing. You are nailing it with these things. If all they walk off with is the information on here and they actually use it,
Yeah.
you guys are offering some of the best workshops. You guys are on Alignable.
Yeah,
You
we're
guys
on,
have.
yeah, we're on.
I gotta find you guys and follow you and make sure I'm following you because you guys are worth this here alone.
Oh, thank
Is
you.
dynamite compared to what some other people have that when they talk about business stuff. You guys are nailing it with these worksheets. These things are amazingly useful.
Wow.
Like I said, 21 years of being a school teacher.
Wow. That is high praise.
This
really appreciate it.
you are, yeah. So I gotta find you guys on Alignable, link up with you and all that stuff. But yeah, and I want to get the other stuff. But yeah, I will get to you next week. We're gonna, I'm sort of thinking it's like I think I know how I can pull this off and everything. But yeah, you got your theory, you've got practical.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I like the theory, but I love the practical. How do I use this?
Yeah,
So,
we love it. We love it, man. Thank you, Donald. We appreciate you.
thanks, Christian. And Growth Loop. I don't know who the person is working the keyboard for you on Growth Loop, but other person, your side help there. Thank you muchly. This has been a great day.
And Brian.
You're awesome, man. Have a good one.
All right, brother.
Okay,
right.
Donald, I will, I'm hoping to hear back from you. This is Jalita James.
Okay.
So, I mean, not Donald, I'm saying Christian, hey, but I'm on the Alignable too.
Awesome. Yeah, we're gonna chat, Jalita. We're gonna chat.
Okay.
We gotta, unless there's any more questions.
Okay.
Hop off, guys. Any more questions?
Now, I got to go now.
All right, Jalita.
Take care, everyone. Thank you. Peace and blessings. I'm ready.
We'll keep you in mind, Priya, and get that over to you, okay? All right, y'all. Bye, everybody.